tent yurt.
All right, everybody, we are back with the 10 o'clock hour, and I have a very special guest. Hi, Megan.
Hello.
So we are, we've got 13 hours, 57 minutes, and 4 seconds left. Chris, I need a whoop, because we missed, when we were gone, we missed $900,000.
Yeah, let's do that.
Get that whoop in there.
Well, I think when we hit the million, maybe we need to get the man in here for the real thing.
That's true.
Yeah, when we hit our first million.
That'll be this hour.
Yeah, I know.
That'll absolutely
get him
be
over
this
here.
hour. So we've talked to a lot of really awesome nonprofits today. We talked not only about the financial impact of Give Local York, but the exposure that Give Local York brings to particularly small and new nonprofit organizations. So I know that's a big takeaway for you. So talk a little bit, I think, about the joy that you get in helping those nonprofits find success today.
Yeah. Well, when we started Give Local, we were very intentional about wanting to have this be an inclusive day, not only to make it really easy for new donors to give, so be inclusive of donors, but also inclusive of nonprofit organizations. And we realize that some are very small, some are all volunteer led, some have very tiny operating budgets. And we want this to be a day that works for them. And so that they can learn new tools and resources about finding new donors and engaging those donors and continuing those relationships.
I slept from 1 a.m. to like 5.
Yeah.
She did not.
I did not.
So
So I don't, what was the question?
I don't know. It's
Okay.
fine. So not only are our donors important, but our sponsors are very important. I'm going to do a little switchy thing while Chris isn't even near the thing to switch. But among our sponsors
Keep calling out. It's Call Out Chris Day.
is the Powder Mill Foundation. And Megan, before we talk to Michael Haiti, can you talk a little bit from your perspective about the importance of the Powder Mill Foundation? Without them, we would not be able to produce this event.
Absolutely. Powder Mill Foundation represents an amazing legacy of philanthropy. Mr. Lewis Appel was a huge supporter of York County, of York City, of the nonprofits. And the Powder Mill Foundation carries on that legacy. They have been a legacy supporter of us from the very beginning. And we really appreciate them realizing and recognizing early on what we can do when we do this together and the big impact that a Give Day like this can have. So we are thrilled to have Michael here and thrilled to have Powder Mill Foundation as part of our sponsors.
You showing up has broken the camera, though. So we
Oh.
can't actually switch
Me?
to, yeah, I think
You
so.
told me to come over
I
here.
know. I don't know.
I was working. I got stuff to do.
All right, go do your stuff.
Okay.
I'm going to do a quick recap. 3,631 donors, 5,858 gifts, $925,000 to 297 organizations. If you're watching on Facebook right now, go to givelocalyork.org. My challenge to you is to find an organization you have not heard of, not heard about, do some research on them, find something that you're passionate about, and support an organization that really needs it. We've got a couple that we're going to speak to in the 10 o'clock hour: Penmar Human Services, Communities and Schools of PA, and Sparrow Place, which Sparrow Place is an organization that I am not entirely familiar with. So I'm looking forward to learning more about Sparrow Place. And he's our first guest today that brought props, which I'm very excited about. So as Megan said, in just a second, we're going to have Michael Haiti from the Powder Mill Foundation joining us. This is a good opportunity for me to just quickly recap some other major sponsors that we have, including Giant. And I lost my sponsors page. It's fine. There we go. Legacy sponsors include Fox 43, Pulo Family Fund, People's Bank. We met Craig earlier from People's Bank, Arthur J. and Lee R. Gladfelder Foundation, the Cultural Alliance, Hammer Creek Enterprises, Powder Mill Foundation, and the York County Community Foundation. Also, Stretch Pool sponsors the Powder Mill Foundation. Michael Haiti, you're on the camera now. We got it working. Tell everyone about the Powder Mill Foundation.
Well, it's really great to be here, and many people in this community know the importance of Louis Appel during his lifetime in York. Not only was he one of the major employers in town, but also one of the greatest philanthropists in the history, really, of York. And so when Louis passed away, he wanted that legacy to live on. And so he created the Powder Mill Foundation, and we support hundreds of nonprofits every year throughout the community. And our focus is York County and primarily York City. Louis cared deeply about York City. He cared about York College. So we support a lot of things there. And again, his legacy lives on through the Powder Mill Foundation.
And his legacy, standing in this building, his legacy, it lives on. Looking out that direction and pretty much every direction, as you said, in the city of York, Louis Appel's legacy lives on through Powder Mill. Why is it so important that the Powder Mill Foundation supports Give Local York every year?
Well, it's the one day where we can see a lot of nonprofits that a lot of people haven't heard of be able to come to the forefront and tell their story and get noticed. And it also is an opportunity to raise a lot of money in one day for all the nonprofits involved. It's a lot of work for these nonprofits. There's a lot of tired nonprofit leaders out there today, or tomorrow for sure. But it's a way for them to all focus on one day of giving, and really get a lot of small donors that don't normally contribute, maybe, to recognize the needs in the community and come forward.
Yeah, and you said there are a lot of tired non-profiteers today, but also just from the last year, COVID-19, the impact that our community has felt has been great, and obviously it impacts different organizations. I know Powder Mill has directly supported funds for COVID-19 response at the Community Foundation, so we're appreciative of that. As we look towards 2021. And we're supporting these small nonprofits, the large nonprofits that really make York tick. What do you think is the most important aspect as we're talking to almost 4,000 individual donors now? What would you say to them if they're sitting at home giving $5, $10, $25?
I would say every dollar counts. For these nonprofits, they work so hard all year. And as you said, last year was a tough year for many of them, but they made it through. And but they need your help, and they need your help not just now, but in the future. And so, if it's $5, $10, $25, every gift is important to them. And also just helping raise awareness in the community's mind of how lucky we are in this community to have so many good people doing such good work.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for supporting Give Local York. Without the Powder Mill Foundation, absolutely could not happen. Go to givelocalyork.org. Check out all the sponsors. Thanks so much, sir. Appreciate it.
Great. Thanks for being here.
All right, guys, we're going to get into the 10 o'clock hour with a quick recap. $940,000 raised, 297 organizations. We are rapidly approaching 6,000 individual gifts from 3,700 donors in York and abroad. We appreciate you so much. All right, Chris, I got my first guest who I'm very excited about from Penmar Human Services. Now, Penmar is another one of those organizations like the Salvation Army like LifePath, like the YMCA, that their reach is really pretty broad and very impressive. So we have Jackie, the Senior Director of Development for Penmar Human Services. Jackie, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am great. Thank you so much for taking some time to join us. Did you get some sleep last night?
A little. I got a little.
Well, you've got 13 hours and 48 minutes until you have permission to sleep again.
Thank you.
So for those of you, or for those that are sitting at home, tell them a little bit about Penmar, and then I want to dig a little bit deeper and find out some things that folks may not know. But from a high level, tell them about Penmar.
Sure. This is Penmar's 40th anniversary year. We began in 1981. A couple of families got together and supported each other because they had adult children with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And so they said, let's help each other out. So they got together and they started to do activities for their loved ones. And ultimately it started with a $2,000 operation. It led into about a $43 million operation. And today we're helping about 500 plus individuals every year in Pennsylvania and Maryland, in all kinds of wonderful direct supports that really help them have the most fulfilling life they could have ever dreamed of. It's a wonderful cause.
Awesome. Well, we have a video about Penmar. We'll watch that, and then Jackie, you and I will come back and we'll talk a little bit more, and specifically about Give Local.
Thank you.
Every day for a DSP is a different experience.
It is feel wonderful. It's a feelings that I cannot understand sometimes. It's like makes me happy every day. Coming here to work, it's like a fulfillment.
Being a DSP has changed me in so many ways. It's a very inspiring job. I never realized how much of a difference we could make in these individuals' lives.
When I think about the role of a DSP, I don't think of one particular thing. I think about someone who is basically giving their life away to another individual to help them be the person that they want to be. A direct support professional on a daily basis could find themselves providing support in just literally 1,000 different areas of a person's life.
So, Jackie, Give Local York, I know you have participated in years past. Why is Give Local York so important to your organization and the individuals that you serve?
Give Local York reminds me a little bit of like the night before Christmas, that anticipation, that excitement you have. Hundreds of organizations that are coming together, supporting each other, working to this common goal of really reaching out and helping so many within our community in so many different ways. So it's a very, very exciting time for our community. And it's just such a privilege to be a part of it and to see how it's grown since its inception a few years ago.
Absolutely. So looking at your page, it looks like $50 helps us refresh and add more variety to outdoor activities and equipment. $100 gets some canvases, paints and brushes, and then $200 for looks like tablets and accessibility. Can you talk a little bit about COVID-19 and the impact that had on the services that you provide and how that has impacted 2021?
Absolutely. So when COVID hit, we had to shut down our learning centers. So we have these very vibrant day programs where individuals are coming in every day and they're participating in so many hands-on kinds of activities within the learning center, but also out in the community. So they were forced to retreat into our residential homes. We have 56 of those. And so it meant that we had to have support for them through our direct support professionals 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And it really, really ramped that up. It meant a lot of sacrifice for those direct support professionals' home lives because we had to continue to provide those supports that couldn't go away. Those individuals absolutely needed us all the time. And so we pivoted to a virtual support opportunity. We provided about 1,500 options for our individuals living in the residential homes and also back home with their families, so that they had a way to connect, they had a way to continue to learn and to grow and to still feel like they were being supported.
So I know one of the focuses for Penmar for Give Local York 2021 is the Penmar Far Hills Day Program. Can you talk a little bit about that day program?
That's our newest program. So we built this facility a few years ago. It's absolutely state of the art, a wonderful place for individuals to come together and do all kinds of really amazing things. And we have the opportunity to continue to expand that space. So we had part of the building, we had a tenant in the other part. They've recently moved, and now we're going to bring our accounting teams and our training teams together under one roof so that we can really be more effective working together in one place.
Excellent. So for those that are sitting at home and may have never heard of Penmar before, what is the one takeaway that really you think embodies the work that you do, the very important work that you do?
It's really all about person-centered care for every single person that we support at Penmar. They each have dreams and desires and goals. Some of them are even entrepreneurs with their own businesses today. It's about focusing on what they would love to have to live their very, very best life possible for themselves.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Other than the Give Local York website, of course, where can folks find out more about Penmar?
Please come visit us on our website, www.penmar.org.
Awesome. Well, Jackie, we're almost we're halfway through the $960,000 raised for 297 organizations, and I think Penmar is in the Community Foundation stretch pool as well. Correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Best of luck to you, and sincerely, thank you so much for all that you do. I know that now more than ever is played out at this point, but truly the services that you provide are crucial, and we really appreciate them.
Thank you, Philip. Great luck today.
Thank you. All right. As I said, $961,000, almost $962,000 raised at this point for 297 organizations. Chris, we've got up next Communities in School of PA. How's it going, man?
It's going good. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Now, I hear we have a birthday somewhere on the other side. Whose birthday is it?
Yes.
How's it going? Happy birthday. Are you Andrew? Is that Andrew?
Alex.
Alex. Happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
And happy Give Local Day. Also,
Yeah.
obviously. So tell us about Communities in Schools.
So we're a nonprofit organization. We surround students with a community of support, empowering them to stay in school and achieve in life. We've been in the district going on 7 years. We got 6 sites, and we are going to share with you some awesome stories that our site coordinators are going to tell you about. So awesome. I'm going to kick it off over to John here, and this is our first year of Give Local York, so we're really excited. Okay, how you doing, man?
All right, man.
All right. So my name is John. This is my first year with Communities in Schools of Pennsylvania. I'm the student support specialist at Ferguson K through 8. I think people should donate to Communities in Schools because it helps us better assist students in the community and help them reach their full potential. I'm just going to tell a quick story, like a success story about a student. So I'm going to use the student. His name is Miguel. I'm not going to give his last name, but he is a student last year, had a lot of disciplinary issues. He was constantly being suspended, getting detention, stuff along those lines. And I believe through him meeting with me and, us helping him and his family, he now, through this school year, has no disciplinary issues whatsoever, no detentions, no suspensions, anything like that, has over a 3.0 GPA. So that's just one example of many of students that we serve. And so that's it for me. I'm going to pass it on to my friend, Miss Georgina.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I'm Georgina, Site Supervisor of Good K through 8 here in New York City School District. When you give to communities and schools, you're giving our students opportunities, new opportunities to succeed in school. Our success comes with being able to provide incentives with your help to help encourage our kids to continue increasing their attendance rate as they have so far this school year, despite the pandemic and these uncertain times. Thanks. And I would like to introduce you to my friend, Jessa.
I need you guys to just come and clap for me for the rest of the day. I love this hype energy that you have. Thank you.
I'll clap for you because I didn't realize that I know you.
Oh, hey.
Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
Well, tell me about communities and schools, Jess.
Yes. So, hello, I'm Jessa. I am the site coordinator for communities and schools at Jackson K through 8. I actually know Mr. Given from way back many years ago, so it's nice to see a friendly face here. I'm the site coordinator for Jackson K through 8. And providing to communities and schools allows us to provide resources, supports, and different programs to kids that we work directly with, but also the school as a whole. An example of that is that I was recently able to provide books to all the students in the kindergarten through second grades. And one of the students told me I was the best book lady ever. So that allows us to provide things to them. And we also have different resources and like empowerment groups, anger management groups, and it's just a really great program that we can provide to the students. So I will now introduce you to my fellow site coordinator and friend, Joan.
Yes.
Greetings.
Hi.
My name is Joan, and I am the site coordinator at McKinley K-8 School in York City. Please give to communities and schools because it allows me to continue to support the students, families, teachers, staff, and administrators. My success story includes helping Bearcat Cyber students transition to our hybrid program. This is important because it increased students' attendance, behavior, and academics. Again, please consider giving to communities and schools. I would now like to introduce you to my friend, Renee.
Good morning. My name is Renee, and I am the site coordinator for William Penn High School, also known as York High. We serve as students. This is my third school year working with communities and schools and being at the high school. We would appreciate donations from our community members. A perfect example, we provide resources not only for the students, but for the entire family. Here at the high school, I have laundry facilities. I offer food, clothing, school supplies, hygiene items. And one mission moment I can think of, it's a whole school, a ninth grade for the ninth graders, all 574 ninth grade students this school year. By receiving donations from community members like yourself, I was able to provide each student with a bag full of school supplies. So please consider donating to communities and to schools. I appreciate it. And I want to introduce you to our graduation coach, Joanne.
Joanne, let's see the dance move. Come on in.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Let's pretend we're non-COVID right now. My colleagues, I am the graduation coach at William Penn High School. I'm known as Ms. O. And my colleagues before me have said so many things. So many important stories were shared about our students, about what we do on a daily basis. So we're going to give you a real treat today. I'm going to pass the CIS pencil on to two of our students. They're going to talk about how CIS has impacted them, their time in school, and hopefully what their future will be like. So our first up is Cliche, and we'll give a great round of applause for our student Cliche. The pencil series.
Hi, I'm Cliche. So communities in schools is like really helpful for me because when I started off as a freshman here, I didn't know that much about like being like a part of like a big school, and I wasn't really comfortable. But I met Miss Renee my freshman year, and she helped me like with getting my grades good and like being comfortable. They also let me bring friends in and get friends involved, and I was able to be comfortable, and I was able to get everything I need, and when I need things like personal or like just regular, I can come in here and ask Miss O or Miss Renee, and like we make jokes all the time and stuff. So here's one of the people that I got to come in here later. Community in school means a lot to me because it makes me feel like I have a place to come when I really need something or somebody to talk to. When I met Miss Renee, it made me feel like I have someone to talk to about my grades and how to prepare for graduation. And I could come here to study and get my grades up and look at them to see what I need to do to get them up. And it gives me a chance to come here and eat lunch with my friends and talk about our problems.
All right. Well, when you give to communities and schools, you help students with a better story for themselves. You show you believe in them and their potential. So please give local York to communities and schools.
Alex, I gotta say, I got 5 more hours of content that I have to get through. How many more people can you pull to just vamp for the rest of the day? Bring out all the students. It's great.
The students are like remote learning today, so we have like no students in the building, but I can find some staff members. I'm sure they got some time.
We want to see the whole conga line. Everybody's got to come through and dance us off.
Alex, any parting words? That was really incredible. Thank you to everybody that's there, if they can hear me, for sharing your stories. Thank you for what sounds like truly impactful work. And as a city resident, as some of you know, I work for the city of York as well. Really, thank you so much for everything that you do for our students every day. York City students, as you guys see firsthand, need our support, and having you present means the world to me. It means the world to them. So we are getting real close to $1 million raised, and you guys are a part of that.
Hey, thank you so much, Phil.
Yeah. Hey, Alex, if you guys stay live, I'm going to talk to our friend at Sparrow Place. But when we hit 1 million, we'll keep you guys on and we'll bring you back on. Does that work?
That works. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Chris. So as I said, we just hit, in addition to dangerously close to $1 million, we just crossed over 4,000 individual donors, 6,463 gifts. Look at this.
It's about to happen here, Philip.
So exciting. Look at this, 9,999,000.
This is the worst part right now.
Here we go.
Cindy, you want us all to cheer when it gets there?
Bob's ready. Bob's ready with the rope.
We're going to get there. If you're watching this right now, go to communities and schools in PA, donate, Sparrow Place, Penmar, $1 million. Chris, let's see our communities and schools folks too.
Yeah.
All right, communities and schools, you guys are good. Thank you so much. We got our woos going. Mr. Pulo is in the flesh there,
Getting some champagne.
getting some champagne poured, a little 10:30 a.m. champagne.
Good day.
All right, Chris. Oh, yeah, it's still going.
Would you care for some champagne?
Sure.
That was a heavy pour. That's fine. Cheers.
Cheers. I'll celebrate, of course.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. $1 million. There you go, Matthew.
1 million, almost $10,000.
We need to say that too.
All right, so we are still here, $1 million, keeping it going for another 13 hours, 28 minutes, and 17 seconds, highlighting some amazing nonprofits in York County, like Sparrow Place. And we are joined by Ryan. You are a board member.
That's correct.
Awesome. All right, so Ryan came with some really beautiful artwork. And is that a cutting board beside you?
That's right.
That cutting board's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about Sparrow Place, and tell us about why Give Local York is important to you guys.
Okay, so we've been a part of Give Local York for a couple years. With being virtual, we wanted to do something that would kind of, of course, donations for any purpose is good, but now it comes with a bonus. All this artwork is originals, been donated by local artists. Now, Sparrow Place is an anti-human trafficking organization. So a lot of people don't realize, they watch movies about human trafficking. They see Liam Neeson, take down the mob. But the reality is that it happens everywhere. It happens in York. And so with there being that trauma happening and victims in York, having a place of healing in York, local, is important. So, and the reason we chose art is because where human trafficking seeks to really strip the humanity away from a person and reduce them really to just a commodity, art is the expression of a person's heart. What people create in their artistic expressions gives it offers their humanity to the world. So, like in this one. This one kind of, the idea is that it shows something that's kind of broken and chaotic, and how out of that can come something beautiful. This one is actually done all with colored pencils. That's awesome. I'm not an art connoisseur, so I didn't even know that colored pencils was a medium that could be...
Even the rows at the top, too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, which I understand that the colored pencil is very challenging because of getting the shading and stuff. It's not... Right. It's something unto its own. This quilt was handmade. There's this cutting board that you pointed out, which this is not stained or painted. This is the color of the wood, including the purple. The wood in there is called Purple Heart. It's branded with an SP.
That's awesome.
Wait, where is it? Oh, sorry. Oh, hold on. There it is. Oh, you had it.
There it is.
For Sparrow Place. This was made by the same wood craftsman. You could use it as a card holder. He calls it a wallet, like a wooden wallet. Jewelry. This candle is actually, she has a stand in Central Market, but you can see it's more than just a candle. There's really an artistic flair there. And then, of course, an oil canvas painting. This was made specifically for Sparrow Place. There's a sparrow here on the ship. She named it the Sparrow's Voyage, which of course you can, Sparrow Place resonates with that because our desires to our vision is to have a house where we can be that vessel where survivors can, leave their old life behind and come into something new.
So you, there's an art auction that is happening today on Facebook at Sparrow Place of York, it looks like.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. And then, so how if people want to get involved, if they want to support Sparrow Place, if they want to engage with the organization outside of Give Local, what would that look like throughout the year?
Well, if someone has a house to donate, that would be great. But other than that, we have a lot of events. We have a lot of ways to support, just like with many nonprofits. Big donations are great, but even just having the people that are committed to the cause and even willing to just sign up to give a regular, $10, $20, $30 a month, that's really the bread and butter for a lot of groups, is having that regular support. We just had a spaghetti dinner. We have that every year. This year was more like takeout style. We have a Dress for Freedom coming up. We have a silent auction that we do every year. We have different events, and on sparrowplace.org, there's a tab for events that you can see all the ways that we try to get our name out there and raise support. Right now, we actually do a lot of training at schools and churches and, just different public forums to raise awareness. And raising awareness is really couples as not only getting support, but also even preventative, helping people to realize how it happens, protecting your teenagers with the online technology and things like that.
So is the ultimate goal for Sparrow Place to have a home, a shelter of some kind?
Yes.
Okay.
So the idea of Sparrow Place was conceived in 2017. We became a legit nonprofit organization in 2018. So we're fairly new, but we are actively seeking for a house right now. We're ready to go. We have all the pieces in place to make that move.
So if you have not heard of Sparrow Place and you're watching right now, givelocalyork.org, search for Sparrow Place. Guys are doing great. $5,755 raised so far. If you don't mind me asking, Ryan, how did you get involved with the organization?
Well, I was made aware of human trafficking, the issue, through an organization called Operation Underground Railroad, and they do missions throughout the entire world, focusing on rescuing children, and they train even police departments and governments of how to deal with the issue. So I was aware of it through them mainly, and so really when I found out about Sparrow Place through really someone wearing an OUR shirt, an Operation Underground Railroad shirt, at an ice cream shop, it provoked a conversation. They're like, well, do you know there's a local organization that's trying to do something about this? That's how I got involved.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, really appreciate you taking the time. If you're watching, head on over to the Sparrow Place of York Facebook page. I'm going to do the same thing because that cutting board, you have to see it in person, is really, really awesome. And then you said sparrowplace.org.
Yeah, and just so you know, too, like the cutting board's up already. You just bid in the comments. There's some of these things aren't posted yet. They're going to be posted throughout the day. Okay. The last one's at 3:30. The bidding ends at 8 p.m. sharp. And of course, whoever's the winning bidder will be directed to put their donation in on Give Local York. Yep.
Awesome. And then, so real quick, reading their prize levels: $30, give the gift of a home and a bed she can call her own. $50, give the gift of emotional and physical health and wellness. $100, give the gift of education and marketable job skills. And then $200 is freedom to be the person that she was meant to be. I think you've probably heard me say that one of my favorite parts of Give Local York is learning about new organizations. Really appreciate you taking the time. And we see, obviously, I see and interact with a lot of organizations. You guys are being really creative and doing an excellent job. So thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. All right. What time is it? 10:40. We've got over $1 million raised, Chris. 6,680 individual gifts from 4,000 donors. Chris, what's next for us, man? You don't even know.
I am throwing myself back on screen. We've got
time.
Tons and tons of stuff here.
So real quick,
let's take a moment to reflect on, Philip, you remember the first time Give Local York crossed $1 million?
I do, yes.
You want to tell us that story real quick? Ever?
Oh, man. Well, so what's interesting, Chris, is that there are people that are participating in 2021 Give Local York that have no context for what it was like when it was an in-person event, right? I mean, we have First Friday that is happening including you. We have First Friday that is happening in downtown York, and the first year for Give Local, it's an unknown, right? I mean, you can sit here and we can say we're going to encourage people to donate, but until that money starts coming in, there's a lot of pressure there. And that $1 million that we just hit around 10 a.m. today is incredible and really shows just how excited and how supportive Yorkers are today. But I think having the context of the early days and having everybody in the same spot and having a party of 300 people in some ways just makes a day like today even more special, because not only do you and I get to interact face to face, we've got the Give Local York crew just down in one of the York Revolution skyboxes here at PeoplesBank Park, and we have the benefit of having some of our guests in person that we didn't have last year. So Ryan came and showed us some awesome artwork from Sparrow Place. It's things like that I think 2020 and COVID gave us the ability to pivot and figure out what we're going to do for the future. And this awesome live stream setup, you and I interacting with people for 12 hours on Facebook, I don't know if we would have done that had COVID-19 never happened. So I'm trying to find some of the light here, but really to see the light, givelocalyork.org, over $1 million. And there's like $30,000 on top of $1 million. Pretty crazy.
It's funny how much great energy you can convey, Philip. And this is just kudos to you, man. You did a fantastic job last year. Obviously, this year, like you mentioned, totally different circumstances. But it's really cool being here in the room. Like I mentioned when we were speaking with Giant before, just walking around the city here and getting a chance to eat local and drink local and do all these wonderful things, sleep local a little bit. It's magical, and you can't really replace that feeling of being there with people. But what I think we're building here today, Philip, is as close as we can get. And I want to give a big thanks. I know Sarah's here from over my shoulder here from the Revs, and Cody and everybody here at PeoplesBank Park has been fantastic in getting us all situated. And, just remember, we're here for you. Not you, Philip, not pointing at you. I'm pointing at everyone who's watching at home on YouTube, on Facebook, because we want to be able to share these moments with you, even as Philip gets up and walks away. So
I want to share,
let's take a look.
We switched to this because we were expecting cloud. We were expecting some rain. Look at this. Give Local York has brought out blue skies on the big screen. You can't see in the video, but we have the numbers up there. $1.1 million, $4,217, $6,755. Look at this. So yeah, this is a little bit of behind the scenes, but this is where Chris and I have been set up all morning. Sarah thought she was going to hang out over in the corner there, but there she is from York Revolution. She's been super helpful. And then over here, Chris, in this other section, as you know, is where Fox 43 has been set up since 5 a.m. Drew's trying to, he's waving. I thought he was going to try and hide from us. So we're appreciative of Fox 43. All of our sponsors.
There you go. He's hiding.
Yeah, now he's hiding. Yeah. And this is where everybody sits. So this is what our guests are seeing on the back end. We've got the big TV over my shoulder. So Chris, all in before 11 o'clock. I think we're having a lot of fun. People are donating often and generously, and it's going to be a great day.
Yeah, can't wait. We've already got some guests lining up here in the room. I see Brian, you want to give us a wave as we get ready for our 11 a.m. broadcast? Let's throw Brian on the screen here. There he is. So remember, you got to stay tuned. We'll get to Brian here in just a few minutes. Again, my name is Chris Strubb, the Giving Day guy here in lovely York, Pennsylvania. Philip's still out there playing with the ballpark. I think we're going to go we're going to take our few minutes and go play catch here. Go grab a baseball glove.
Chase the groundskeepers.
Go turn a 6-4-3 double play. We'll get Sarah out there to play first base. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. I'm going to turn the music back on. Before we go, Philip, you know what we got to do? We crossed 1.1 million, so I got to press the woo button if that's all right with you.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
All right, you want to sign us off, PG?
All right, we've got a lot of great stuff coming up in the 11 o'clock hour. One of my favorite people on the planet, Brian Grimm, is in the room. He's ready from York Day Nursery. So I get to talk to him at 11. Children's Aid Society Contact Helpline and the Northern Central Railway. So it's going to be a great 11 o'clock hour. Come and join us, and somebody bring me lunch.
Fair enough.
That's my sign off. I don't know.
Livestream. I guess we're there. And I can see us here up in the
Was it your number attached to it? She did one, the first year she did one for Give Local. It was like a Delaware number and nobody picked up. And then they got the list.
Yeah. What comes up as a restricted call?
I know. That TV there is what is going out to the world. So be able to see it. Good morning again, everyone. It is 11:02 a.m. It is 11:02 a.m. $1.1 million raised, 7,000 gifts from 4,457 donors to 297 organizations. It is Give Local York 2021. So real quick, because I haven't done it in about an hour, I do want to highlight some of our sponsors for Give Local York. If you want to see the full list, go to givelocalyork.org. Scroll a little bit down to the bottom. You can see our Give Local York host is the White Rose Leadership Institute. Without the White Rose Institute, the organizing body for Give Local York would not happen, would not exist. So we thank them so much. Presenting sponsor is Giant. Legacy partners include Fox 43, the Pulo Family Fund, PeoplesBank. We are right here at sunny PeoplesBank Park, home of the York Revolution. If Eric Menzer is listening, home of Atlantic League champion York Revolution Baseball Club. First game, May 28th. Arthur J. and Lee R. Gladfelder Foundation, Cultural Alliance of York, Hammer Creek Enterprises, Powder Mill Foundation. We just talked to Powder Mill in the last hour. And York County Community Foundation, who is our 11 a.m. hour sponsor. We are so glad that you guys are here with us. We have 12 hours, 56 minutes. Well, now I look like a joke. 12 hours, 55 minutes, and 56 seconds left in Give Local York with I'm going to say 1.2. We're almost there, $1.2 million raised. So I have spent my morning since 7 a.m. talking to some truly amazing nonprofits, and we have three more that I want to talk to you about and talk with this hour. The first is the Children's Aid Society. And today we have Eric Chase, Executive Director, with us. Eric, how are you, sir?
Having me this morning. I'm so glad to be here and be part of Give Local York again this year.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys always do a really great job. I was just checking out your fundraising pages. Everything looks awesome. I love your prize levels. You guys really hit it out of the park. So I know we have a video that we're going to watch here in a second, but first, tell us about Children's Aid Society.
Well, Children's Aid Society and the two programs that we're having Give Local York today is the Lehman Center, which is one of 3 crisis nurseries in the state of Pennsylvania and one of 90 in the country that provides respite care free of charge to families. For children 0 to 6 years of age. If families just need a break or children need a break from their crazy lives, we all need a break once in a while. And if you're a parent, sometimes your kids need a break from you too. So I just think that we provide that, and we provide that ability for people to get their respite, especially in these times of stress. So the other part is our York Cares program, and our York Cares program provides day respite, day shelters for those living in homelessness or unsheltered over at Union Lutheran Church, 12:30 to 3:30 every day. Again, free service. Stop in for coffee, conversation, get out of the heat of the summer and cold of the winter. And just this past year, we partnered with several groups, nonprofits in the area, to provide a Code Blue emergency shelter at Ashbury United Methodist Church. And we served over 100 people who otherwise would have been on the streets this winter from December through March. So that's what you can help sponsor today at Give Local York. You can either go to our Give Local York Cares page or our Give Local York Children's Aid Society page for the Lehman Center.
Excellent. And Chris is going to interject here. As is tradition, we just hit another 100,000, taking us to $1,200,000. We need some woos. Chris, we got woos. Perfect. All right. So, Eric, real quick, we're going to watch a video about Children's Aid Society. And then when I come back to you, we'll talk a little bit about why Give Local York is so important to you and your organization, not just from the financial standpoint, but the exposure that it brings to the programs that you guys have.
Absolutely.
Well, the Children's Aid Society, the Lehman Center, was started back in 1987 in response to child abuse being the #2 killer of children in York County. I'm happy to say that that's not the case today, but the reports of child abuse in York County are still pretty significant in the state of Pennsylvania. And although the pandemic this year has caused the number of cases to go down or the number of reports to go down, our sense statewide is that that's really not a real measure, because kids are no longer in front of their mandated reporters, the teachers, the coaches, their counselors. So the reason we're feeling cases are down is because children are no longer in front of those mandated reporters. And if anything, the stress of the pandemic and the isolation and the staying at home has probably put extra stress on parents and kids, which makes our preventative services, especially our respite care here in the crisis nursery, so important. Well, obviously, I just talked a little bit about our respite care, and we provide an overnight crisis nursery respite for children. We also provide a family advocate that can help families and parents connect with services in our communities and get that extra support they may need to just get them to move them from, their current crisis.
Eric.
Yes, sir.
What happened to the beard, man?
It's the summer look, because I can, and if I get rid of it, if I don't get rid of it, then I'm two-tone halfway through the summer. So
that's why I just keep it going. You just gotta let it ride.
It'll be back. It'll be back in No Shave November. So
good. Video is excellent. I love that art wall at the end. So talk to us a little bit about Give Local York. You've participated before. Speak a little bit about the impact.
Yeah, well, we've been involved with Give Local York since the year of inception. I guess this is the 3rd year, and we've been part of that. And I think that not only does it help you raise the dollars, as you said, Phil, but also it's just the awareness in the community. We get to be partners with 300 other nonprofits on this platform. Not only this year, it's virtually and visually, but also down at the stadium, and kind of be there and be part of it. I can't wait till the day when we can be back, down on Beaver Street all together and in that festive environment. It's just a real example of how nonprofits come together in this community and how the community comes together to really support those that are most in need. So for us, it's getting our name out there. A lot of people, when you say the Children's Aid Society, they're like, who? And you say the Lehman Center, and people go, oh, the Lehman Center. Yeah, I know where that is. And people probably drive by us 100 times a day because we're right in the 400 block of Market. and kind of go, I wonder what that building is with the colorful windows, and that's who we are. So once we get out of this pandemic, stop by. We love giving tours. We'll show you our Scooby-Doo rooms. We'll be happy to tour you through our facility, because that's really how you get a feel for what we do in serving children and their family to build stronger, healthier lives.
Yeah, so a little inside baseball here. You weren't watching in the 9 o'clock hour, but my friend Chris Strub, who is running all the controls, he broke the cardinal rule, and he started to cry before 9 a.m. talking about something. I will say that the Lehman Center, without me losing it completely, provided some assistance to my family and my kids, and forever we will appreciate that. So thank you so much. Very important organization, and I really wish you guys all the success today, and thank you for all that you do every day.
Thanks for having us, Phil. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you in the background.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right. So $1.2 million, 7,340 gifts from 4,559 donors. And now we have the man, Brian Grimm from York Day Nursery. So, Brian, you should know York Day Nursery was the first organization that I gave to today for Give Local York.
And we are greatly appreciative, Philip. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I am very familiar with York Day Nursery. York Day Nursery is an institution like the Lehman Center that means a lot to my family and has been instrumental in my children's lives. Talk to the people that don't know about York Day Nursery and about the impact that the nursery has on the York City community.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, thanks to everyone for this opportunity and the sponsors for making this day happen. To all those folks behind the scenes, thank you. We know you're there working hard. We, as a nonprofits around the county, we appreciate you greatly. York Day Nursery was one of the first, and it was the first and oldest early learning center in York. We were founded in 1932 by a woman. The name was Netta Ford. The idea was to create a space during the Great Depression that could take care of children so that women could go to work to help supplement income. Fast forward, 89 years, that's what we continue to do. We provide high quality early child care for ages birth to 5 for the working families in York County. We're nationally accredited. We serve 108 kids, birth to age 5 again. About 70%, 75% of our kids come from low income homes, and we know that they're the ones that are at the highest risk for school failure. That's what we are.
So, Brian, you guys are located on Philadelphia Street in the city of York.
450 Philadelphia. That's where we are.
And if people want more information about York Day Nursery outside of Give Local York, what's the best way for them to get information and interact with you guys?
Yeah, you can certainly give us a call anytime. We have Facebook. We're on social media. We have a great website, www.yorkdaynursery.org. We're always welcome to have conversations.
Awesome. So you've participated in Give Local York since the beginning, I think. Can you speak a little bit to the impact that it has had for your organization and what participating in Give Local allows York Day Nursery to do throughout the year?
Yeah, so we've been around since day one, participating in this great event, and it's been very humbling to see the response that we've gotten from folks throughout the county, and we're really excited about that. We know that Pennsylvania the Commonwealth loses around $3.47 billion due to childcare issues. When we're up and running and we're running at a high capacity, our parents can go to work and can participate, and their children are getting the loving, nurturing experience that they need at school. You talk about wanting qualified workers for the workforce. You want a robust economy. You want school readiness. You want kids to be ready for school. It all really starts with York Day Nursery and what we're doing here in these walls with these children. Early childhood education affects every single person, not just folks with kids. So the dollars that we raise have gone to a couple of different avenues here at the nursery, everywhere from, just scholarship funding for our kids who parents are running on some hard times and they need some funding. We saw a higher increase in our demand for scholarship funding due to the pandemic, about an increase of 73%. So, these dollars are really helping families to be able to use our facilities, bring their child here, go to work, and feel comfortable with where their child's at and what they're doing.
So you mentioned COVID-19, which obviously it's difficult these days to talk about anything without mentioning COVID. But I know that it presented a unique set of challenges to the nursery, keeping children safe, families safe, keeping your employees safe. Can you talk a little bit just about how you navigated that process? I will say that from what I've heard about York Day Nursery, you guys are really the class leaders in this, and we appreciate all of the work that you've done to keep our community safe. But I'd love to hear from your side just how challenging that was.
Yeah, it was certainly a challenge. As soon as we were able to open, we opened our doors. We knew that our parents needed to go back to work. Surveying our parents, we found about 68% of them are frontline workers. So we understood the fact that if we're not open, these people aren't getting to where they needed to help the folks who need the help that they need. So we were on the ground, boots on the ground right away. Our program director, Lisa, and our assistant program director, Sarah, they did an awesome job of kind of setting the tone of what our expectations are of our families, of our staff, and really playing or going as best we can with what information we were getting. So, make sure we're following the CDC guidelines, making sure parents are coming up with masks. We're going out to the cars, we're bringing the kids in, we're temping our kids, we're keeping our kids separated to do the best that we can to stay open. I'm happy to report over the entire year and a half, we've only had one child who tested positive for COVID-19. So it's a testament to my staff. They're a fantastic bunch of groups. We have over, I think it was 73 years of experience amongst our staff. So it's really neat to watch as a director to see my staff really step up to this challenge and to provide this much needed care for our workers out there in York County.
Well, we appreciate all that you do. And in the middle of our conversation, you got a $25 donation, it looks like. So you guys are doing great, just over $5,000 so far. Now, I will say, Brian, I was promised kids. Are there kids?
Well, you ask and you shall. Good morning, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look, there you are right there. We have Jayana, Andrew, and Nyla.
How's it going? Hey, do you guys love York Day Nursery?
Do you love York Day Nursery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Good. All right. Well, don't destroy Mr. Brian's office, okay?
It's too bad. It's too late. They're already doing it. Fine.
All right, Brian. Thank you so much. Love you, man. I appreciate your time.
Hey, Philip, I'm going to jump in here.
Oh, wait. Chris is here. Chris wants something.
Real quick, Eric, before you go, and Brian's still here as well, I just wanted to take a moment. I got this little frame on the screen here. Post and tag, hashtag Give Local York, and take a screenshot. You can share across all your social media channels. And Philip, I wanted to make sure I caught this moment for you. I didn't realize all the backstories. This almost feels like the Philip Given hour, hearing the collective impact that both of these nonprofits
Chris is just trying to make me cry. That's all that's happening.
Have had on you and your family. And I promise, I really didn't do this on purpose. But I am doing this on purpose right now. So if you're watching this, and maybe you know one of these gentlemen here, this is what this is about, right? This is two incredible organizations that have made an enormous difference in the lives of the Given family. And this is the sort of moment that if you can't share this on your social media channels, what are you doing? So
what is social media even for? All right, we taking this picture then?
But Eric, if you want to give us a thumbs up or a smile, I don't know, Brian, if you got a pose that you like.
All the kids ran away.
They ran away.
There you go. 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys for indulging me there for a moment and trying to make Philip cry, because we're keeping track here. We need like a whiteboard of which one of us is going to cry more by the end of the night. And I was losing. Or winning, depending on how you're counting. So, Philip, I'll throw it back to you here, buddy.
See you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, both.
All right, Chris, we are just after 11 o'clock, $1.2 million raised, 7,451 gifts from 4,653 donors in York. So, Give Local York 2021, over 300 nonprofits. As you can see, completely running the gamut. So far today, we have heard from the York County Bar Foundation, York Day Nursery. We talked to the Rail Trail Authority, Sparrow Place. We've got a lot of great nonprofits coming up. One of my favorites so far was the Rail Trail Authority, and hearing about all the great work that they are doing. Almost tied at the hip to the rail trail is a great organization called the Northern Central Railway. And here in studio with me, I have Ashley. I forgot your last name, but I got it here. Ashley Zimmerman, Director of Development for the Northern Central Railway. Ashley, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for being in person. We do have a video, Chris, which we'll queue up. But first, Ashley, just tell us a little bit about Northern Central Railway.
So Northern Central Railway is a nonprofit tourist railroad located in New Freedom, Pennsylvania. Our goal is really to be a economic engine for York County by providing excursions through our train experience, essentially.
So how did you become involved with Northern Central Railway?
Well, honestly, so I'm actually celebrating my 1 year, like this week. So I literally tell our board members all the time I have to pinch myself because it's such an amazing job and really a dream job because I'm a York County girl. So I'm very proud to support economic development in this organization and this community. So yeah, just the opportunity kind of landed on my lap, and I was watching some of the videos during my interview process, and honestly, I fell in love, and then I went to ride the train, and wow, like it was a magical experience that I had to be a part of.
Yeah, and some folks out there may not be familiar with Northern Central Railway, but Steam into History, definitely they've heard of. And then today, I just read any donation, $25 or greater, gets a free excursion, correct?
Yes, yep.
Very
ride
cool.
the train for free.
Awesome. So, Chris, we've got a video, and then Ashley and I will come back and check it out.
Northern Central Railway is an excursion railroad that makes time travel possible. Come enjoy an authentic experience where you can meet presidents and generals, discover the Wild West, get in the spirit of the season any time of the year, and literally ride along the very rails that helped build our nation. It's a breathtaking journey with gorgeous countryside and quaint towns with something fun for everyone.
And they've got a gig with HGTV. So.
Tickets are on sale now at northerncentralrailway.com. All aboard!
Yeah, and he did it for free.
All right. Well, Ashley and I were just talking about how awesome that video was. That is just an incredible video. So, Ashley, can you talk a little bit about why, not just the support on Give Local, but why support from our community is so important to the railway and what it allows you to do throughout the year?
Yes. So COVID has impacted us greatly because majority of our revenue comes from ticket sales. And with the limited capacity, that has put a strain on us. So we're very grateful for any support at any amount. But it really allows us to keep history alive. York County has such a rich Civil War history and railroad history, actually. Like, that is the exact line that Abraham Lincoln rode on before he departed to go to Gettysburg to deliver the Gettysburg Address. And our steam engine, number 17, is actually a replica of the train that he rode on. So the funds that we receive allow us to preserve that history. We've got several restoration projects going on right now. We have a vintage diesel that we're in the process of trying to repaint and restore it. It's from it's an original Pennsylvania Railroad piece, which is really cool. We also have a lot of educational programs. Back in October, we launched a STEAM program, Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math. And we are really building all of those educational elements around the train and train-related activities that the kids can participate very hands-on, things that they can do while they're riding the train or when they're at home. We're going to do a summer camp. So, yeah, we have a lot going on, to be honest with you. And the biggest accomplishment that we've got so far is we will be officially expanding our track through the Howard Tunnel, which is the second oldest railroad underpass in the United States. So we are so thrilled to get through that tunnel, and it's been a vision of many of our supporters and our founders, Reed Anderson and Bill Simpson. So we're very excited.
Well, that is awesome. That was what I was going to ask. So summer 2021
Yeah, like
for the tunnel?
June, July.
That's awesome.
Fingers crossed if all things go well.
That's amazing. So tell me a little bit more, because I was going to ask the steam. First of all, that's genius. Taking STEM, turning it into steam. It's a steam engine, and then it's steam. You get it, Chris?
I got it.
You get it? So tell me more about that. So that already happened for 21?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we launched it in 2020. We're really ramping up the program. So essentially every month we are providing free content to our writers and our social media followers that kids can go on and participate in these STEAM activities that are related to our train, just to really get them involved in the train and come have them experience the train, because it's such a magical historical element to York County.
Awesome. If people want to find more information outside of Give Local, how should they interact with Northern Central Railway?
Yes, check us out on our website, www.northerncentralrailway.com.
Awesome. And you guys are very active on social media. Follow you on social media. And then they've raised about $5,000 so far. One actually just came in while we were sitting here. So search for Northern Central Railway at givelocalyork.org. Ashley, anything else? Any parting words?
No, just everyone, thank you so much for the support. We're very grateful, and I hope you all have the opportunity to come down and visit us on the train. We do everything from Abraham Lincoln to Elsa. So please, there's a full variety for everybody to come and enjoy the train.
Awesome. And we were watching the video, and I told Chris that I got to get my beard game improved, because the beards were just crazy in that video. Ashley, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Chris, we are still in the 11 o'clock hour. $1.2 million raised, just over 7,500 gifts for the day. I'm going to walk outside because I'm going to soak up these sun rays while we still have them.
Go for it.
Tossing the keys to you.
Toss it
I'm
over
going to
to me.
take a camera with me, though.
Sure. Let's do it. So Philip's going to share his journey outside here. Again, we are live today from PeoplesBank Park. My name is Chris Judd, the Giving Day guy. Let's flip to Philip's outdoor camera here as he's moving. I got that audio turned back on for you, Philip, so you should be able to talk if you want to.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
So you guys probably can't see from your angle, but up on the big board here in PeoplesBank Park, we've got the running tally: 4,727 donors, 7,580 gifts, $1.2 million from 4,727 donors to 297 organizations. It is Give Local York 2021. And on May 28th, right here in PeoplesBank Park, the York Revolution will finally return. And look how great this field looks. We've got some York Revs team members out there. Beautiful, Chris. I'm just soaking it up right now.
I miss minor league baseball more than I can possibly express, Philip.
We got to look this up. So for the baseball fans watching, Chris is from Greenville. He's got a minor league team there. He thinks that his wall is bigger than ours. I don't think that's true. We'll have to look it up.
Floor Field. I got to call Eric Jarinko, the GM, and see if we can get a measuring tape out there in left field. I don't know. I mean, the fun part about being a Drive fan is our opening night was this week. Unfortunately, I've been on a plane and stuff, but if you're ever going to miss opening day after a year off of baseball, this would be my preferred reason to do so. It's a pretty good excuse to be here in York to share this great day with you guys. So just really glad Philip's repositioning and getting himself back in here. We will have a little bit of time here before this stream wraps up because we're going to be back at 12 o'clock. We've got our printouts here with all of the guests and everything. Looks like Philip will have the York County SPCA. We'll have the Community Progress Council. We'll have Latinos Unidos of York. And I think we might even have the first Capitol Fife and Drum muster, which is going to be super fun. That 12 o'clock hour is going to be sponsored by PNC. Let's get Philip back on camera. The people can't go more than 2 minutes without seeing you, Philip.
I assure you, they absolutely can.
Megan was just texting me. Where did Philip go? Get him back.
Hey, Chris, one of the things I thought we could maybe do, our friends at Contact Helpline were unable to join us via video, but I do think we have a video from them if we wanted to play it, highlight them.
We do have the video from Contact Helpline, and let me just pull that up here, and we'll get that rolling, and we'll see you in a few seconds here.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? Missed bills, housing troubles, employment issues. It can be overwhelming, but with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. You have the power, and the specialists at 211 can help. Whether you know exactly what you're looking for or have no idea where to start. 211 specialists are trained to help you overcome seemingly impossible challenges. However complex they are, they're knowledgeable, empathetic, and have a deep understanding of available local resources. Whether 211 can provide help directly or connect you to the right next step, 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Of course, if you want to learn more about all of these awesome organizations that are participating in Give Local York 2021, you go to givelocalyork.org. We'll throw that back up on the screen here. I'm going to crank some elevator music for you, and we'll pull that back off, turn the music off at 12 o'clock. So plan on coming back then, and we've got plenty more great content to bring to you. So we will see you at 12 o'clock. Thanks for watching. listen, I mean, that audio's hot now. Like on Facebook? Yeah, turn it on. I thought that's what. Oh wait, I could have done it without that. Could you turn that on? And if anyone is watching this,
Can you tell me if the audio from the seat is better now? Like where I'll mute my phone. But I'm sitting in the seat where like Michael Haiti sat, where everybody sat. It should be a little bit louder now.
If you're talking, I can't hear it.
Hold on. Chris is working on it.
there's
Oh, wait. It's really super delayed.
You're Chris, right?
Rick Worley.
Is it louder though?
We're just checking the audio real quick.
Yes, now it's like almost a minute delayed, but yes, now I can hear it.
Okay, that's all I needed. Thank you.
Cool.
Bye.
Twitter account that's supported us. Very cool. They like interview from their kitchen. It sounds like they're in the kitchen. That's
Good afternoon, everybody. It is officially afternoon. It is 12:03. We have 11 hours, 56 minutes, and 0 seconds left in Give Local York 2021. We have 5,135 donors, 8,350, we'll call it, gifts, and $1.3 million. Chris, we missed a woo in there at some point, I think. Woo! 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 Perfect. So, as always, we want to thank our sponsors. The sponsor for the 12 o'clock hour is PNC Bank, and we have a very special video from PNC. We are tremendously thankful for their support, as well as all of our sponsors, including the Give Local York host, White Rose Leadership Institute, presenting sponsor Giant, Legacy Partners, Fox 43, the Pulo Family Fund, People's Bank. We're here at PeoplesBank Park, the Arthur J. and Lee R. Gladfelder Foundation, Cultural Alliance, Hammer Creek Enterprises, Powder Mill Foundation, and the York County Community Foundation. But first, let's see that video from PNC.
Children are naturally curious about the world around them. So everyday moments can become learning opportunities. They could happen across a kitchen table, addition disguised as apples, geometry that's hidden in dough. The world is their classroom, especially in the first 5 years. PNC believes every child deserves the chance to grow up great. That's why we bring learning opportunities into the community, along with teaching tools for educators, parents, and caregivers alike. Because the first 5 years are forever.
So thank you to PNC and all of our sponsors, partners, whatever you want to call them. One of those amazing partners and a member of the White Rose Leadership Institute, correct, Jenny?
Yes, that's correct.
But today you are representing Family First Health.
Family First Health.
So Family First Health, I think last year when I talked about this, another special organization, Chris, we kind of bumped them all together here, all the organizations that I love and care about so deeply. I'm a board member for Family First Health, and they were among the first gifts that I made today at the 1 o'clock hour. I made all of my gifts at the same time until I started talking to all of the nonprofits today, and now I want to give money to everyone. So that's what everyone should do. GiveLocalYork.org. Give to every organization that I talked to today, including Family First Health. Jenny, tell us about Family First Health broadly, and then we'll talk a little bit about Give Local.
Yes. So Family First Health is a nonprofit healthcare provider, been around for over 50 years. We are firmly rooted in the city of York and have 2 other sites within York County in Hanover and Lewisberry, provide primary medical care, dental care, behavioral health services, really focus on our patients and delivering care that meets their needs where they are and over a lifetime.
So Jenny, why, obviously coming from 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic and heading into 2021, Family First Health, like other nonprofits, certainly responded to COVID-19, but in a very specific and targeted way. What does Give Local York 2021 mean for your organization?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, it means when I have opportunities like this that I give a big shout out of gratitude to the whole team, our board, our patients, and everyone that supported us through the past year. March 13th, we started redesigning the care of 2020, redesigning the care that we deliver, went virtual, and kept our doors open. We knew that the communities that we served, the people that we served, were going to be heavily impacted by a virus like this. We didn't know exactly how, but we really motivated ourselves by our patients' needs to do the very best we could. And the whole year, that's what the team has done. I'll give my last shout out. It's Nurses Week, and we couldn't have made it through without great nurses and just an entire team that was dedicated to doing the very best they could in really ambiguous and uncertain circumstances. So we did. We live by a mantra of not letting the pursuit of perfection get in the way of doing some good. And that was the daily mantra, and that's what we live by, and I think we did a lot of good over the past year. So as I come in to Give Local York 2021, I'm really asking the community for their support. These dollars go to fill gaps and help us do work that our traditional funders, public or private, may not be able to help us with. So this really gives us flexible funds to innovate and meet community needs in the ways that we know are needed.
Well, and innovation, I think, is certainly what Family First Health did for most of 2020. What does Give Local mean to a nonprofit like Family First that maybe traditionally has operated behind the scenes? If you needed the services of Family First, you were certainly familiar with them. I think COVID-19 has certainly put a spotlight on organizations like Family First Health, maybe more so than before. So how does that work with Give Local? Because it's not, as I've said all day, it's not just about the dollars that are going to these organizations. It's about the exposure as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's kind of three-pronged from my perspective. One, it is exposure, it's visibility, it's an opportunity to come out and tell your story in a positive and hopeful way. And that really is an underpinning of our work. All work of nonprofits is to create better communities for all of us to live in and to enjoy. So that visibility is hugely important, because often we're so busy doing the work that we forget about that. So this day helps us pause and celebrate the accomplishments we've had. Secondly, I would say that Give Local York provides us with new tools. So it may help us refresh our marketing, our donor engagement, and that's invaluable. And then thirdly, I think it's a time for us to celebrate as a collaborative network. Family First Health doesn't work in isolation. Our patients get healthy because of all of the other organizations that are on the list that, like you said, I start going through the list and I'm giving to everybody because we're all connected. We are dependent on one another, and today really, in my mind, helps us spotlight the network of nonprofits that support and sustain our community every day.
Well, I literally couldn't have said that better myself. So thank you, and thank you for everything you do. Thank you for everything that Family First Health does. I know Robin Rohrbaugh is in the background watching, and she's saying, Jenny, you did so good, and now I have to do as good as you. So, Jenny, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I know you have a lot to do today. So, Chris, you're coming in now, I think, because we've got some very special guests from the First Capital Fife and Drum Muster. I'm going to get out of frame here.
It's funny. I put the wide shot up on you so we can still see you walk away. PG. So you can see what's happening here in the main frame here. We're bringing in the Fife and Drum. Let me get the title correct here.
Stand all the way back against the wall.
First Capital Fife and Drum Muster.
First Capital Fife and Drum Muster. Okay. Well, I don't need to be in that first shot because you're just going to have them play, right?
Yeah, you're good. We're live.
Presentation for you, and let's just go full. Let's. Did we catch Philip walking into the light? I think we did.
Always.
I love that. That'll be on the blooper reel. All right, guys, you want to tell us kind of what we got going on and what we can expect?
Well, sure. So this is actually these are students from Central York Middle School, and today we're performing under the banner of the First Capital Fife and Drum Muster.
Make sure I unmuted the mic. Yep, you're good.
Okay.
That would have been fun.
Yeah,
so we're ready to go.
You're good. You're on.
Why don't you guys just play, and then we'll come back and talk. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, 5 step. Ready?
I hear clapping, so that's good.
Guys, that was fantastic. Thank you so much for doing that for us as we get Philip back into position here. You want to tell us a little bit about the history of the organization and what makes it so special here in York?
Sure. So the Central York Middle School Fifes and Drums were founded in 1971. And next year, we're going to celebrate our 50th anniversary, or actually 2021 22, the school year, we operate on that school year. So it was founded in the fall of 1971, and 2021-22 marks our 50th anniversary. And so we want to host a fife and drum muster in downtown York in October.
So what does that mean? What is a fife and drum muster?
Okay, so a fife and drum muster is a gathering of fife and drum corps. And an average fife and drum corps might be 10 to 25 people. We're carrying around 30 people right now. Not today, obviously. You only see 3 back there. So, but when our whole corps is together, we have 23 fifes and 7 drummers. In the Northeast, this is incredibly common and popular throughout the summer. So just like York has the Emmetsville Band, the Spring Garden Band, York County has the community bands of Southern York County, the Hanover Lyric. In the Northeast, in New England, every town has its own little fife and drum corps, and it's a source of community pride, whether they're juniors, that's kids under the age of 18, or seniors, 18 and up. And so this happens every weekend in the Northeast. And if you wanted to go see a fife and drum muster, you'd have to go to, New Britain, Connecticut, or Bristol, Rhode Island, or Deep River, Connecticut, somewhere close to York, right? So we're going to bring that energy and that excitement to York to celebrate our 50th anniversary next year. We expect to have fifers and drummers from Maryland, Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. Did I say New Jersey? I don't know. So, but you get the idea, the whole region. And so, imagine, 250 or 300 fifers gathered on the stadium field behind me playing Yankee Doodle. It's a pretty cool experience.
So how many students do you have involved in your troop? Is it a troop?
Corps, fife and drum corps.
Okay.
So we have 33 currently, as I said, or 34, I should say. We have 23 fifers, 7 drums, and 4 in our color guard, which carries period weapons and flags. So we use a spontoon, which is a 18th century spear that the officers would have used. So
you did not bring the spear today?
We did not bring the spear today. Sorry.
All right. Maybe next time.
Maybe next
How
time.
did you guys, you don't all have to talk, but how did you guys get involved? And is this awesome? Looks awesome to me. Somebody got it.
Oh yeah, my sister did it, and I didn't want to do it at first. I was like, no, this is too much commitment. Like, I have to do work. And then I started doing it, and I at first was like, no. And then I kept on doing it, and I was like, oh my god, this is so amazing. It's just 1 or 2 schools after school per week, and then you get to do some awesome stuff every month, and it's just so amazing.
That's awesome. Well, do you guys have something else you could play for us on the way out?
Yeah, what are you playing?
Take a step closer to the mic for me.
What are you playing, Patty, right?
Real close to you.
Yeah, this is another 18th century tune called Patty on a Handcar. I don't know what it means. What's the name of the tune?
Ready?
And tonight we'll be opening what do we call tonight? The live portion of it. Give York live in person. So we'll be playing the showcase. That's right. So we'll be opening that tonight at 6:55 with the Star Spangled Banner, and we'll have about half of the fife and drum corps here. So it'll be a little bit bigger and louder and more exciting.
Awesome. Well, you guys have to because we just hit 4 million.
Woo! Woo! Wow. Woo! See, look at that.
Unmute myself here. So here's what we're doing. Look at how awesome this is. And we've got a couple of our next guests coming up here as well. Robin's going to wave to us. And I'm unfortunately. Unfortunately, I'm the only one who could see the SPCA camera there. I know that the dog was really enjoying the music there, so we'll have Philip ask our friends there about that. So do we have is there like a salute, or is there something that we can do? Like, is there a pose that we can sort of emulate?
Yeah, five up.
All right, everybody put your fifes up. Robin, you got your fifes? There you go. All right, guys, perfect. Thank you so much for your time. This was awesome to meet you guys.
You can head out that door there.
And hey, have fun tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you so much. It was awesome. Woo, Chris.
Let's I know. This day, man.
All right, so what we're going to do is bring on our friends at the York County SPCA.
Do you want to rock back to your station? All right, let's go wide, and we'll watch Philip walk across here. That we're gonna make a GIF out of that. That's for sure. Should I play the hold music again while we get Philip back in place?
All right, where are my friends at the York County SPCA? $1.4 million, everybody.
There they are.
Hello.
Hi.
Who is our friend here?
You want to introduce Mochi?
Sure. So this is Mochi, formerly Angela, and she joined our family 5 months ago when we adopted her from the York County SPCA.
Hi.
How are you, Stephen?
I'm good, thanks. I'm Steven.
Natasha.
Natasha, we have Mochi. So Mochi was one of our South Korean dogs. About 6 months ago, we collaborated with the Humane Society International to break up a dog meat farm in South Korea. So we brought those dogs over to the United States into our shelter, and then wonderful adopters have been adopting them out and socializing them and getting them acquainted with their new life.
So how has Mochi fit into your family so far?
She's been fantastic. She's been a joy. She's so sweet and lovable. She has bad manners, but we're working on that. But she's just a big love bug.
And she's right here. Go ahead, show.
Look at Mochi. Hi. Aw. All right, so Stephen, tell us a little bit about the York County SPCA. Obviously, when people are driving down Susquehanna Trail, they see the SPCA, but I know that your impact goes far beyond that. So talk to our Give Local York fans and let them know about the SPCA.
Okay, yeah, so the York County SPCA has been in our community since 1926. We focus on kind of 4 main activities. We find loving permanent homes for stray and displaced animals. We have an aggressive spay-neuter program, so we control the pet population growth rate for our communities. We investigate and prosecute animal cruelty offenders, which is why, Mochi is kind of part of that umbrella service. And then we educate the general public about animal wellness and safety. So those are kind of our 4 key activities that we focus mostly on.
Excellent. So talk a little bit about Give Local York and the impact that the event means to the SPCA, especially in 2021, where we're coming off of 2020. Things were obviously unprecedented, and I'm sure that you were affected as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think if there's one thing that we all learned from this COVID-19 pandemic is the value of companionship. So last year, we saw a major increase in adoption rates. And I think part of the reason why is because we were quarantining at home alone, and we were isolated. We had that feeling of isolation, and we've been going through it for 14 months now. And so I don't think there's any way to go through something like that without companionship. So people needed pets, and that's why I think we saw an increase in adoptions. And so our pets are there for us. They're there for us all year long, every single day. Give Local York is important to us because that's the one day out of the entire year that we can be there for our pets. And so we need people to support the York County SPCA so that we can be there for our pets, our community animals.
Mochi is a perfect. You wouldn't know she has bad manners. You're just looking.
Yeah, they're all like that. So everybody should adopt.
All right. So as a parting word, tell everyone that's watching one takeaway for the York County SPCA. We really want them to give generously to the SPCA, all of the nonprofits. But if there is one takeaway for the SPCA, I'm sitting at home. What should that be?
I couldn't hear the question. What was
one takeaway?
Oh, my takeaway. So, I mean, the takeaway is that this is an opportunity. This is a big day of giving, and we know the York County community is a very generous and supportive community. And this is that one day in the entire year that the community can be there for the nonprofit organizations, whether it's the York County SPCA or other nonprofit organizations. We don't exist without the support of our community, and so we need. This day is very important to many nonprofits because we raise important funds that allow us to fulfill our mission.
Well, and Stephen, I think you said it really well. Whether you're talking about pets at the SPCA, we've talked to the Rail Trail Authority, Northern Railway earlier. We've also talked to the Bear Foundation. Every pocket of our lives was affected by the pandemic, and that just makes Give Local York 2021 that much more important. So really, we thank you for taking care of our pets, for providing a safe space for them, and for putting them in a situation where they can find, hopefully, a lifetime home like our friend Mochi has there. So we sincerely thank you guys. And yeah, I do want to see Mochi one more time. Thank you.
My heart.
This is the best. Mochi could have visited us in person. Oh. If that doesn't get you a couple donations today, I don't know what.
How many more hours are we here?
I know. Listen, I'm here until midnight. So if Mochi wants to come visit, we can run around the baseball field. Oh, good dog. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Bye.
And speaking of segues here in uncomfortable positions, we are now asking Robin to follow the fife and drum group and the dog. Robin, good luck. It's great to meet you here.
Thank
Get
you.
you in position here with Philip on the screen as our friends from the SPCA take off.
Robin, how's it going?
It's going really well. Thank you. How are you?
I'm really good. Sorry that there was a awesome puppy before you and some very talented kids.
Right? I mean, like, that is never what you want to follow. I just ran out into the hallway and screamed, "Bring me a baby. Somebody bring me a baby."
Yeah, Brian Grimm was on earlier and he cheated. He brought some kids into the room as well. So, Robin, Community Progress Council, you guys, I'm confident in saying that you are Give Local York rock stars. Every year, you guys just blow it out of the water. Your team has so much energy, so much passion surrounding the mission. It starts with you, Robin. Tell us about that passion. Tell us about your organization. Tell us why people should give. And you got to give them something because you don't have a puppy beside you.
Right. I've got a sign. That's it. We are York County's community action agency, and what we work to do is to bring people to financial self-sufficiency. So we're trying to get folks out of poverty and to a place where they are no longer needing any kind of public or private assistance. And I think that particularly this year, we've seen a whole lot of people falling backwards into situations where they're struggling to pay their bills. So we love what we do. We have a lot of energy for it. And today gives us an opportunity to get out in the community and show our passion and our enthusiasm for the mission.
Well, and I think that you fall into the group of organizations where folks may know a little bit about what you do, but in many cases, the nuts and bolts work that you're doing is so far behind the scenes or involved with other partner agencies that people may not see that. I mean, you and I were on a walking tour of the blocks surrounding CPC a couple of weeks ago on the street, looking at the neighborhood that you serve and what our children see every day out on the street. So you are very sincere about your mission. I know that, and you guys really do an excellent job. What does Give Local York mean for CPC? And I will say, I also want to hear from you for the other nonprofits that are watching. you are the role model for those nonprofits. So how do you have such an engaged, passionate team of people surrounding this mission?
Wow. Well, we love what we do. And this is an opportunity, talking to folks about their financial situation can get really sad at times, but there are amazing points of opportunity and success. Much like Jenny talked about earlier, we focus on progress, not perfection. And so every time a family takes a step towards financial independence, somebody gets a GED, somebody enrolls in a GED class, that's a point of celebration for us. And so this is a time where we really talk about the fact that we have a large team. We have 230 employees. And so the conversation is, how do we bring all of our energy to that? And it's like, you tell two friends and so on and so on. And it's an opportunity for us to come together. We don't get to see each other as often as we might like to because we're in 30 locations throughout York County. And so this is a time for us to get together, celebrate, and have a good time.
30 locations throughout the county?
30 locations, right.
Can you, because I honestly, I didn't even know that. Can you tell me a little bit about those 30 locations?
Sure. We have a number of York City locations. So one of the services we provide is WIC, the Women, Infants, and Children program. And so we have satellite clinics throughout York County that we go to the neighborhoods where folks are so that they don't have to come to us. So we offer WIC in, I believe, 6 different locations. We run Head Start and Early Head Start. So we have 9, and pre-K counts as well. We have 950 kids in early childhood education. We are in the neighborhoods where those families live and where they need to access early childhood education. So that alone, I think, is 25 locations. We're in many, many school buildings throughout York County. And we have a presence on East College Avenue here in the city. Also, our Early Head Start is down the street. So we're just a little bit everywhere trying to make ourselves accessible. We have an office in Hanover as well.
Well, Robin, I really appreciate it. Thank you to your team for all of the very important work that you do every day. And personally, thank you for the support that you give Local York, the support that you give Megan. I know that you guys are really tied at the hip for part of the year. So I'm glad that you are able to join us today. And I think you're going to be here in person in a bit, right?
I am.
As soon as I stop talking to you?
Well, and I might be making a few asks for donations before I come in there and the rest of the day as well. But yeah, I'm coming for sure over to the stadium. And I just want to say before you take me off the air, Megan is the real rock star.
That's true.
She is the energy behind Give Local, and without her, lots of nonprofits would not be benefiting from today. So thank you to Megan.
She was up here a little bit earlier. Did you catch her?
I did not. I have not been to the stadium yet, but I'm going to go hunt her and Mr. Pulo down and give them both hugs and kisses from afar, right?
You missed the $1 million champagne, but you can be here for the $2 million champagne.
All right. I'm in.
That's when it really starts to get fun. Thank you,
Right.
Robin. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I hope the crowd will join us for karaoke at 12:30. Are we there? We're there now.
We're there right now.
Yeah.
And that's
Thank you.
That's on your Facebook page, correct?
On our Facebook page. It's a great time. It's a lot of fun to watch people sing. We've got some really talented folks in York County, so
we do.
Come on over and see us there.
All right, thank you, Robin. We'll let you go.
Bye-bye.
Well, Philip, I think we need to get out of the way here and let everyone go watch some karaoke is what we need to do.
I believe so. Do we had another organization, doesn't look like they joined us?
Looks like Robin was our last guest of this hour. So that's all we've got for you in this 12 p.m. hour. We want to thank everybody for watching. Philip, you got anything to add?
I got nothing to add right now. That was a really, really great hour.
How much fun was that hour?
It was great.
Really. You know, Stephen, if you're watching, we were not kidding about bringing the dog down. If you're welcome to come.
$1.4 million, 8,976 gifts from 5,524 donors to 299 organizations. If you're watching right now, I have a challenge. I know that you've given already. Pick one more organization. $5, $10, $25, whatever you can afford. GiveLocalYork.org. I'm going to do a quick shout out to Reed Menzer Skate Park. If you can check out Reed Menzer Skate Park, really, really awesome venue here in the city of York. A safe spot for kids of all ages to come together over skateboarding, really sweet ramps, and it's a real treasure here in the city. So GiveLocalYork.org. That's my vote for your $5. Find Reed Menzer Skate Park and toss $5 their way.
Woo!
We're off.
I had to try it once today.
I know.
Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you back live at 1 p.m. with plenty more guests. Set your calendar alert for tonight at 7 p.m. for that showcase and then 9 p.m. for the concert. Philip, I'm going to play him out on this video, and then we'll be back at
2 p.m.
2. Yeah, we get an hour off.
Yeah.
We'll see you at 2. Thanks for watching. We'll be back.